Summer can often be a time where people are traveling, they're barbecuing. There's so many holidays, there's things kind of going on and shifting. Kids are out of school. We will typically see a rise in emotional eating or head hunger habits. And I like to give some techniques to kind of help to prevent or remedy that. The first thing that we have to do is work on awareness. When is it happening? Where is it happening? With whom? Is there a certain person or a certain relationship where you tend to eat when you're not physically hungry? So once we gain that awareness, we can start to recognize how to work with it. And step one, I always like to educate my people that our eating habits are very much sensory seeking. In a way, eating, it's hand to mouth. It's a sensory seeking action. So if our bodies are not physically in need of fuel or nutrition, and we start to eat as a way of creating that comfort or that safe space, that support that our nervous system needs, down the road, that's when it leads to long-term health issues. So step one, if we are taking out any emotional eating or head hunger habits from our daily routines or from our habits, what we want to do is make sure that we're replacing that self-soothing component. Get something to do with your hands, some type of tactile sensory tool. The other component of this is we want to prevent transfer addictions from happening through the bariatric process. Same process as a smoker when they quit smoking. If they use a toothpick or a piece of gum to replace that habit, they're less likely to pick up eating, emotional eating over time. Through the bariatric process, we want to make sure anytime we remove something, you actually fill that void on purpose, because the nervous system plays a huge role in puppeteering how our metabolism works. So fill that void. If you recognize, okay, I'm at the pantry, I'm not physically hungry, and you know this is a head hunger or an emotional eating habit, step one, have some type of tool. I would like to use soothing stones, small, little, very smooth stones I can keep in my pocket, anything that feels sensory oriented. The second step is we want to work on finding an alternative technique. Sometimes getting out of that space, getting away from that person. Sometimes it's getting motion going in your body. Maybe it's stepping out of the house or the office altogether just to get fresh air. Often, if we're not physically hungry, our eating habits are a way of attempting to regulate our nervous systems. So there are a multitude of ways that we can work with regulating your nervous system that don't include vices, smoking, drinking, eating, gambling, shopping, all of the things that might feel great in the moment, but over the long haul, they lead to a detriment in our health and well-being.